Jennifer Coolidge.
Correct answer.
I'm like, hi, my name is Gabriel. I'm with the Fabelmans. I just wanted to say, blah, blah, blah. And she goes,
Hello, mate. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
You know what? I'm good now because I watched the film yesterday and I've only just pretty much stopped crying.
It does that, yeah.
Dude, I went on like the biggest emotional roller coaster of my life. I was already like a bit cold and miserable to begin with. I come out there a wreck.
Oh man, I'm so happy.
You are incredible. I mean, look at you. You're in probably the fanciest hotel in the whole of the UK.
It's pretty posh.
Don't look at my backdrop. My horrible little one bedroom in Brentwood's
Well,
not
no,
the same as yours.
That's like how I live too. I would never be exposed to any of this stuff if it weren't for this movie. I mean, you have these like huge companies just sending you places, and I'm like, okay, I'll go.
Now I'd say I'm on par with a Critics' Choice Award winner now.
Oh yeah.
Equals. What has been your biggest pinch me moment since the film's come out?
Every day there's something. Seriously, it's a really weird experience overall, and you get these schedules to like for press and publicity, and every day you're at this event or this show or doing a junket or you're meeting other filmmakers who are interested in you, and it gets to be so much that you kind of normalize it in a way to protect yourself, and then then you're just kind of sitting there and you think, oh wait, no, this isn't normal at all. This is a really weird thing that doesn't happen to people, and so every day it's something like that.
Well, I've just been obsessed with your whole journey throughout the entire Fabelmans like promo tour and stuff. I've seen pictures of you with Jenna Ortega, Andrew Garfield, Michelle Yeoh. Is there a celebrity you've met aside from the Fabelmans cast that you've just been beyond starstruck to meet?
Jennifer Coolidge.
Correct answer.
Yep. Yeah, it was at the Golden Globes. I see her sitting down. We're all waiting for cars to pick us up, and she's around a corner kind of by herself. She found a quiet chair. She has her Golden Globe box. Like they give you a box to keep it in. And I see her and I'm like, hi, my name is Gabriel. I'm with the Fabelmans. I just wanted to say, blah, 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 blah. And she goes, oh, you're with the Fabelmans. Congratulations. And I'm like, ah. And so I asked her for a selfie, which I don't normally do. But I mean, I had to send it to my friends that I watched the Fabelmans, or not the Fabelmans, that I watched White Lotus with every Sunday when it would come out. And yeah, she's just the coolest.
Just to let you know, you've killed playing Steven Spielberg. You could now play Jennifer Coolidge in the movie of her life after that impression.
I could do the Tanya McQuad origin story next.
I'm not busy. I will direct it if you want.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
That was easy.
Yeah.
But who needs Jennifer Coolidge when you've got Steven Spielberg in your life? Do you remember what he said to you when you first got the role?
No. I don't. Because my agents called me, and then I didn't talk to him until after I read the script. There would be nothing to talk about until I read the script, and then I can't remember, but I remember our conversation started with like after the first little few minutes of meet and greet, whatever that was. He goes, "So did you read the script?" And that was the first thing I tangibly remember.
Just straight down to business. Probably why I reckon he'll make it one day.
You know, he's got a good head on his shoulders. Yeah, he'll do something.
Fingers crossed for him.
Yeah.
I've heard you talk about how daunting and intimidating it obviously was taking on the role of a character inspired by Spielberg in front of Spielberg. How did you alleviate that pressure? Would you two, I don't know, go on a pub crawl just to become mates?
Oh yeah, Steven and I had some really wild nights shooting the Fabelmans. Oh man, we'd have a 6 a.m. call time, but no, we'd be out hitting the bars. No, it's I was still learning about myself as a performer, and so I didn't know how to alleviate that stress at the time. Since then, after doing a lot of reflection and like looking back at my journals that I had on set, I was like, what did work? What didn't work? Why was I feeling this way? Since then, I've learned to, like, when you're on set, like, you have to get a good amount of sleep. You have to eat proper food 3 times a day. You have to not drink so much caffeine right away. And you really have to protect your energy, and you have to nap at lunch, and you really have to conserve yourself or you wear out. I mean, it's a marathon, and, you know, I tried to sprint it to keep up with Paul and Michelle, but it's, you can't do that.
I love how cool you play it as well, because if I was in your position, I'd be texting Steven Spielberg every day, like, tell me what happens in Indiana Jones 5 now. It's a fair play to you.
Oh, man, yeah. I want to experience Indiana Jones 5. I want to be surprised, you know? Phoebe Waller-Bridge is in it. Mads Mikkelsen. Is it Mikkelsen? Yeah, I want to be surprised in that theater.
I've seen you doing quite a lot of stuff with Steven, obviously. I mean, I was at the premiere. I saw you two hanging out together. But you know what? He's not here now. So I'm thinking you can tell me a little few secrets about him. Have you got anything that would just blow my mind about Steven? Like, is he secretly a pro at Angry Birds, for example?
So on set, he doesn't sit in a normal, like, director's chair, the cloth wooden thing. He's really posture conscious. And so he sits in, like, a very wooden, flat dinner table chair. And it's pretty big. And he looks pretty small sitting in it. And so, but he's just sitting up there, and he's looking at the monitor like this. And that's what he has on set. And if you're lucky enough, when they're moving the cameras and the lights from one side of the room to the next, and they have to move the video village and that tent from one side of the set to the next, you might be able to see a PA carrying his giant chair over, and that's just so funny to see.
When you said he doesn't sit in one of those normal chairs, I was fully expecting you to say he has a throne.
Well, that's only on Fridays.
Yeah. And as Steven's not here, can you pass on a message for him? Because I have been, ever since I watched Jaws, traumatized. I was way too young to watch it. I was like 11, 12. There was like a year I would not get in the bath, genuinely. Because of Steven, my parents had a very stinky child. And, like, even to this day, if I go on Google Images, I can't see a picture of a shark because of Jaws. Like, Steven has made some scary films. Has any of them really shaken you up as much as me?
Man, you know, when I watched Jaws for the first time, like, my parents said, like, no, you can't watch this until you're old enough. Like, I was terrified, blah, blah, blah. And for me, they hadn't anticipated that they'd exposed me to already, like, a lot of stuff. So I was pretty desensitized to the violence, and I wasn't physically, like, you know, it's thrilling, but I wasn't, like, scared. But the kids I saw it with were in, like, the basement of some of like a dinner party. The parents are upstairs having dessert wine. We're downstairs watching Jaws in this, like, makeshift home theater. And 2 kids in front of me, one's my age, one's 3 years older, they're brothers. They were both like, oh yeah, no, I've seen Jaws. Because the option was Jaws with the older kids or Bambi with the younger kids in the playroom. So you got to pick Jaws or else you're a wimp. And these kids are like, I've seen Jaws. And they hadn't seen Jaws. And you could tell because when that little kid in the yellow raft got eaten and all this blood and water's coming out, they were screaming and crying, and one of them peed themselves. And they ruined the chair that they were sitting in, and their dad came down screaming, why are you putting this? And the dad, who owns the house, was like, what's going on? And they're like, how could you let them watch it? And then they were never friends again, those 2 parents, because neither of them would admit fault.
Wow. I mean, I'm just pleased that there's more peers out there. I'm a Jaws peer too. I'm proud.
Yeah. Jaws peers out there. You know, you gotta stand strong and unite.
Dude, thank you so much for chatting to me.
Thank you.
I'm keeping everything crossed for you come Oscar nominations. Man. I'm keeping my legs are crossed, fingers crossed. I'll even cross my eyes right now for you. I'm keeping... You've practiced that as well.
Do you not cross your eyes?
Is that it?
You got it.
Oh God, I nearly popped like a vessel in my brain there.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good.
But dude, I'm keeping everything crossed for you. Oscars nominations next week.
Thanks, man.
I wish you all the luck in the world, and I can't wait for the Jennifer Coolidge biopic. Chat to you then.
This is so much fun.
Thank you, mate. Have a good one, buds.
You too.